Has this helped your communication skills?
Yes, it has. Talking or leading freshmen, you kind of have to be able to communicate in more ways than one, just because you could say something, or even in general, you could say something and some not totally comprehend what you're saying. So you have to learn how to reword and in a way that they can understand.
Has these skills helped you in your relationship with your family?
Yes. It kind of goes hand in hand. It's just taught me, how to communicate more with my family. And we actually did the love language test at home. And so knowing that with my parents, it's helped a lot because we don't all like the same thing. So knowing which one you specifically like, it helps bond more.
So do you feel like that's actually helped your whole family?
Yes, it has. We get along a lot better than we used to.
So you've actually led your family into that?
Mm-hmm, yes.
That probably feels pretty good.
It does. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, to think that you have that ability and then to step into your next phase, whatever that is.
Yeah.
You can have confidence in yourself to be able to pull a team together.
Yes.
And maybe break down hostility or break down barriers where they're to understand one another. Or so what would your parents have to say about this program?
I think they like it just because I'm learning more. I'm even learning life skills as I go because, like, reading the curriculum, you can't just expect to teach it if you don't understand it yourself. So I think they like that I am trying to better myself for the freshmen.
So how have you done that? Or do they give you a book and then you're reading through it, or how have you?
Well, he kind of posts the assignments, not unlocks them fully for them to do, but then we can read through them and kind of get our answer because we answer them too. So you kind of have to, you definitely have to read what you're doing to be able to answer what's going on.
Do you keep a journal too in class, or?
Yes, I have a notebook that I use.
Awesome.
What's been the biggest challenge you've had to overcome with a student?
It was last semester. We had a student who just really didn't want to be there. He never did his work. He never did anything, and he kind of acted out. And that's how it was like the first half. Well, then we kind of as mentors sat down and talked with him. We were like, hey, what's going on? Like, are you okay? And it turned out he had been having issues at home. And he said nobody had asked him how he was doing. So I think it was important to notice that was going on, and it helped him. It obviously didn't get perfect overnight, but we worked with him, and by the end of the year, he had been passing the class, and he finished with, I think, an A.
That's awesome. Feels good to help somebody like that, doesn't it?
It does.
What made y'all come to the realization that you need to ask him how he was?
He just acted out a lot, and I took a psychology class over the summer, and one of the things was like they don't know how to express, or they don't want to go ask for help. Mm-hmm. So they do things to get attention on them, so hopefully someone will notice. So we were just kind of like, hey, maybe he's not wanting to just be seen in a negative way, but that's the only way he can get someone to pay attention. So we just kind of decided, okay, we can pull him out. We don't have to make a big scene about it, just to see if there's something more to it.
If you were gonna just say a few things to your freshmen to encourage them in the future when you're not here anymore, as you're moving on to college and all of that, what would you tell them?
Just to take in every moment, and don't take it all for granted, because things can change so fast, and it just, like, when I was a freshman, people would tell me, oh, high school goes by so fast, and it really does. But as a freshman, you're like, oh, it's 4 years. So just to not take anything for granted, and to just, you don't have to have a big friend group to have fun. You could have one good friend, and you could just have a great time. You don't need a big group to just be happy.
It's awesome.
Is there anything in the curriculum that was for, you said love languages was really incremental in the changing in your family or understanding? For you personally though, was there anything else that you thought, oh, this was really helpful for me and I hope everybody should do this?
It was, when we talk about perspective, it wasn't a huge segment, but we went over it, and it helped me look at things a different way, because I don't know, I feel like you can be told like you have to look at it from all angles, but until you do it yourself, and really it was a picture, and it was like a 6 and a 9, and someone, or it was like just one, but people were on separate ends. So to one person it was a 6 and the other was a 9. And that, I don't know, it just made something click. Like, you could be at 2 different points and looking at the same thing, but there's 2 different things going on. And it helped me open my mind to like, you're right, not everything's just black and white, and there are more ways or more views than what you're seeing.
How would you say this, like you've done other programs, you've been a high school student, you've done maybe other outside of school, other things, and typically I'm thinking as a teacher, I teach things for your retention. So you retain information, but it's not necessarily life-changing, you know?
Yeah.
That's typically how curriculum is done or standards are done. Wouldn't you say that's probably, am I accurate in that, or?
With like curriculum, certain things?
Yeah.
I mean, in this class it changed my view, but like in general?
In general, how is it? In general, I'm thinking that's how it is. But in this class, I feel like it's different.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
I would.
So to explain that to me or to somebody else that's trying to understand, like, why this is just like any other program. Like, how is this different than any other program?
I think this one teaches you more about people and social skills and just life skills. Because like in math, you learn all these crazy formulas that you'll never use. But in this class, you actually can use this stuff and apply it to your life, and it can help improve the way that you're living and how you view things.
Can you give us an example of how this class is different than most classes?
I took a financial literacy class my freshman year, and that was really more bookwork, and we never really discussed anything as a class. It was here's the lesson, here's the answer, or here's the test. And with that, just being told it doesn't really help. Like, I don't remember anything from that class. Love the teacher, he was a great person, but how it was formatted, it just wasn't a way you can retain it. And so I think with this class, talking more about it, actually having to teach it yourself and like having activities for it, it really helps.